Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. My name is Mustafa Ahmed. Today we're discussing some general traits of the companions of Imam Mahdi. So I came across this really beautiful narrations, starting with Imam Baqir alayhi salam. So who is Imam Baqir? First of all, he is the great grandson of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam. So from Ali and Fatima, you have Hassan and Hussein, and from Hussein's descendant, right? You have Ali is Zain al Abidin, and then you have Muhammad Baqir, right? So he's the great grandson of the Prophet alayhi salam. So he narrates um, that Imam Baqir said, "The one who lives in the time of Imam Mahdi and dies fighting on his side will earn the status of two martyrs, and one who fights on his side and kills even one of our opponents, of his enemies, will earn the reward of 20 martyrs." So I just want to start with that. So Imam Baqir's son, Imam Jafar Sadiq, has narrated some traits of the characteristics of the companions of the people who will support the Imam Mahdi. So I'm just going to go over some of them. So the first one he narrates, their hearts are stronger than iron, right? So that means they have complete faith and they're very they what the it pretty much encompasses what everything about Islam, right? So Islam pretty much means submission before peace, right? So when Allah ordains something, right, they submit, right, and they do not go against, even if they don't understand the logic behind it. And sometimes, again, like I explained in the video before about opposites, right? So when people talk about opposites, it doesn't make sense sometimes, and they have to kind of go against it, right? So if, for example, you want to like work out and look big and be strong, you have to push, let's say, weight or exercise. While you're doing that exercise, you're gonna feel weak, right? So, but in the reality, it's making you stronger. Same thing if you don't know something and you're studying, you're gonna seem like you're uneducated. However, the more you study, although you feel like you're not smart, the reality you're getting smarter, right? So they have complete faith and trust in Allah. That's the first characteristic. They will have complete faith in Allah, right? They will place no doubts in their hearts. They shall be tougher than stone, right? So physically and mentally and spiritually, right? There's three aspects: physical strength, mental strength, and inside strength. Amen, right? They will be uproot mountains only by turning towards it, right? So their goal and their ambition is so powerful, right? And they're so determined to accomplish whatever it is that they can even move mountains if they wanted to. They will conquer every city they enter with their standards, and they're like swift eagles mounted on fast horses. They will touch the saddles of the imams, alayhi salam, and mount to seek his blessing. They will be encircling the imam to safeguard him from any or all calamities and misfortune that might occur. Right, so they're very protective of the Imam Mahdi. They will fulfill every desire of Imam Mahdi with their heart and soul. So same thing when imagine you were living in the time of the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam, and he gave you a command. The only thing as a believer would say, "Sama'na wa ata'na." Whatever you command me, I'll do it. Right, even if I don't understand the commandment, I'll try it to my best. They will not sleep in the night, right? So this means that they're doing a lot of ibadah, right? If you're not sleeping at night, that means you're really worshiping and you're trying to get close to Allah. At the same time, this is you got to realize when the Imam Mahdi comes, there's a lot of calamities, right? So you never know when you'll live or die that next day. So you're gonna try to be as close as you can to Allah. They will buzz like honeybees in their prayer, right? So constantly praying. They will pass the night in worship, and in the morning they will be seen mounted on horses, ready to help the Imam Mahdi. They will be devoted worship by night and the lions by day. They'll be more submissive and obedient to the Imam Mahdi than a maidservant. They are like burning lamps, and their hearts are like glowing beacons. They are fearful of Allah, and they testify to His unity. Right? So, La ilaha illallah, wahdahu la sharika la, wa ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah. Right? That's the kalama. And they live it. They are hopeful of martyrdom in the way of Allah. And their slogan will be what's it called? It's it's a slogan of La ilaha illallah, right? So the slogan is that we will defend La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah no matter what. When they march with awe, proceeding a distance of a month and journey, right? So the same thing when during the time of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, the companions, they had such an awe and a fear that whenever they marched into any battle, the enemies had such great fear within a month's journey before they even got there. And they're the ones who seek Allah's pleasure, and Allah will help Imam Mahdi through them, right? So Imam Mahdi's companions, although Allah is gonna help Imam Mahdi no matter what, but his companions are the main reason, right? He's gonna have so much success, right? The same thing with Prophet Muhammad. He had so much success because his companions of who they were, right? They helped him get to so much. Although again, Allah wills something, He doesn't need it. He doesn't need any of us. Inshallah, we would be amongst them, but just to know that how important it is to be a helper, right? Because nowadays everybody just wants to be a leader, but to be a helper, that's such a noble cause is so much better than be a leader of no cause at all. So comes across another hadith by Imam Muhammad Taqi. So this is now the descendant of Imam Jafar Sadiq, right? So you have Musa ibn Jafar, Ali ibn Musa, and then Muhammad ibn Ali. So this narration from Muhammad ibn Ali, he declares that Allah will gather His followers around him, right? So they talk about the Imam Mahdi. The number will be 313, the same as the companions of Badr. They will gather from different parts of the earth, and this is the exegesis of Allah's words, right? So in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 148, it says, wherever you are, Allah will bring you all together. Surely Allah has power over all things, right? So just he explained this verse when He will gather all His companions from Imam Mahdi will be all over the globe. So if you look at behind me, this whole map, everybody would literally gather, and there'll be 313 waiting for his arrival in Mecca, right, to give him bay'ah when that time comes. So it's just very interesting. I want to talk about this because this is a time where a lot of calamities are going to happen. If you're not aware of it, somebody in Pakistan named Muhammad ibn Abdul Karim has been having dreams for 23 years, and they're dreams that Allah and the Prophet Muhammad has been coming to him explaining different things. In 2014, he had a dream that he was supposed to explain his or reveal his dream that he's having to the world, right? So it's been 8 years now since he's been given his dreams and interpretations on YouTube, and he's trying to spread his message. He still has a very small following. We think it's to be true. He is a man. The reason why he's a man who doesn't seek fame, he's over 45. There's no reason for him to seek fame at such an old age. You wouldn't say he's after money because he lives such a humble way. Like there's no need for money. He never claims to be the Mahdi, right? And his main goal is just to spread his message that he was given, right? And if you look at him, it's somebody who is just specifically seeking to, or just to follow the command of Allah and the Prophet Muhammad. So the time is very, very soon where a lot of things are going to happen in the world, and Allah alam if we will be part of those 313, but we inshallah would love to be, and we would do as much as we can to be, right? So please, if I made any mistakes, it's from me. And if you have any advice or any guidance of what I can do better, please leave in the comments below and I will try. And what I will say was Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.